your mama was the tent-show queen.
What if some of your favorite 70s songs were too dangerous to play? Songs that made waves for their bold lyrics and controversial themes, so much so they were banned from the airwaves. But why? Why were these anthems silenced?
And the world will live.
Dive into the world of forbidden music that shocked the world, where social norms were challenged and controversy was the price of fame. Stay tuned, because these tracks might just be even more legendary than you think.
And we know the night is always gonna.
Number 11. Lola, The Kinks, 1970. Imagine hearing a song that tells the story of a young man falling for someone who turns out to be a transgender woman now. Imagine that song being banned not because of its groundbreaking theme, but because of a mention of Coca-Cola. Lola was initially banned by the BBC for commercial reasons, as the original line referenced the popular soft drink, violating anti-advertising policies. Lead singer Ray Davies had to fly back to the U.S. to re-record the song, changing the lyric to Cherry Cola to avoid a commercial conflict. But the song's themes of gender identity, fluidity, and love were more daring than the BBC realized. Despite the censorship, Lola became an iconic anthem of acceptance and freedom, and remains one of the Kinks' most enduring songs. It's a perfect example of how a piece of music can be controversial, not for its progressive message, but for the commercial forces at play, proving just how dangerous art can be when it challenges societal norms. In a way, it was not only the sound that was forbidden, but the message. Lola became a rebellious cry for those feeling misunderstood in a world that was often too rigid. Number 10. Only Women Bleed, Alice Cooper, 1975.
She spends her life through.
What happens when a shock rock performer releases a song that sounds like a ballad but carries a deeply adult message? Alice Cooper's Only Women Bleed became one of the most misunderstood and controversial songs of 1975. At first, the title alone made parents and radio programmers nervous, with many assuming it was meant to be crude or offensive. But the song was actually about a woman trapped in an abusive relationship, quietly suffering while the world looks away. That serious subject made it powerful, but also too heavy for younger listeners and too uncomfortable for some stations.
Only women bleed.
Its gentle piano, emotional vocals, and dark storytelling created a sharp contrast with Cooper's wild public image. Only Women Bleed proved that 70s rock could be shocking without being loud. It was painful, dramatic, and adult, making it a song kids definitely were not meant to sing along with. Number 9. Love to Love You Baby, Donna Summer, 1975. Could a song about desire really be too much for radio? Donna Summer's Love to Love You Baby proved that it could. Released in 1975, the track pushed the limits of mainstream music with its slow disco groove, breathy vocals, and openly sensual atmosphere. The extended version became especially controversial because of its intimate performance style, leading the BBC and several American stations to ban it. But that censorship only made the song more famous. On dance floors, it became a symbol of freedom, confidence, and the bold spirit of disco. Summer's voice turned the track into more than a provocative hit. It became a statement about female desire during a changing cultural moment. Love to Love You Baby helped reshape pop music, proving that songs people tried to silence could become the ones everyone remembered. Number 8. God Save the Queen, Sex Pistols, 1977. What happens when a punk band attacks the monarchy during a national celebration? You get God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols. Released in 1977 during Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee, the song became one of the most controversial records in British music history. Its sneering vocals and anti-establishment lyrics directly challenge the monarchy, tradition, and national pride. The BBC banned it for bad taste, and some major retailers refused to stock it. But instead of killing the song, the backlash made it legendary. For angry and disillusioned young people, it became a rallying cry. The Sex Pistols were not asking politely for change. They were shouting against a system they believed ignored them. God Save the Queen remains powerful because it captured punk's raw purpose: rebellion, noise, and total refusal to obey. Number 7. Walk on the Wild Side, Lou Reed, 1972.
Hitchhiked away across the USA.
Walk on the Wild Side was not just a song. It opened a door into live's mainstream music rarely acknowledged. Released in 1972, Lou Reed's track referenced transgender identity, drug use, sex work, and people living outside society's comfort zone.
Soul food and some butter to beat.
Many stations avoided it because its themes felt too risky for radio. Yet, the song's smooth bass line and relaxed delivery made the subject matter even more striking. Reed did not present these characters as jokes or warnings. He gave them names, movement, and presence. That honesty made the track feel radical.
Take a walk and the colored girls go.
At a time when many marginalized people were pushed into silence, Walk on the Wild Side treated their stories as worth hearing. Its controversy came from its openness, but its lasting power came from its empathy. The song remains unforgettable because it made the hidden visible. Number 6. Afternoon Delight, Starland Vocal Band, 1976.
And we know the night is always gonna be here.
At first, Afternoon Delight sounds bright, sweet, and harmless. Released in 1976, the song became a cheerful pop hit with a melody so catchy that people of all ages sang along. But beneath that sunny sound was a much more suggestive meaning.
Be like rubbing sticks and stones together, make a
The
spark.
lyrics hinted at midday romance, which made parents, teachers, and conservative listeners uncomfortable. That contrast is what made the song so controversial. It sounded innocent, but it was clearly playing with adult themes. Some stations censored it, while others kept playing it because the tune was impossible to ignore.
Started out this morning feeling so full.
The result was a song that felt both playful and rebellious. Afternoon Delight captured a changing 70s culture, where pop music was becoming more open and daring. Even today, it remains memorable because it proved that a soft, smiling song could still cause a serious reaction. Number 5. Brown Sugar, The Rolling Stones, 1971. What happens when a rock classic carries lyrics too disturbing to ignore? Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones became one of the band's biggest hits, but also one of their most debated songs. Released in 1971, it combined a powerful riff, wild energy, and a swaggering rhythm that made it instantly unforgettable. Yet, the lyrics dealt with slavery, racism, and sexual violence, creating backlash from critics and radio stations. Some listeners saw it as a harsh reflection of history, while others felt it crossed a serious line. That question still follows the song today. Its musical force is undeniable, but its subject matter remains uncomfortable. Even Mick Jagger later acknowledged that the lyrics came from a different time. Brown Sugar stands as a reminder that some famous songs are not simple classics. They are cultural arguments wrapped in unforgettable music. Number 4. Imagine, John Lennon, 1971.
All the people.
What if the world had no borders, no greed, and no religious division? That dream, made Imagine by John Lennon, both beautiful and controversial. Released in 1971, the song sounded gentle, peaceful, and almost prayer-like, but its message challenged deeply held beliefs.
You may say I'm a dream.
Some radio stations objected to its vision of a world without religion or possessions, seeing it as too radical for mainstream audiences. Yet that same boldness is what made the song powerful. Lennon used simple piano chords and calm vocals to deliver an idea that felt huge: a world built on peace instead of conflict.
And the world will
During a time of war, protest, and political tension, Imagine sounded like hope, but also like rebellion. Decades later, it remains one of the most famous peace songs ever written. Its controversy proved that even quiet music can shake the world. Number 3. My Sharona, The Knack, 1979. My Sharona exploded in 1979 with one of the most addictive riffs of the decade. The Knack created a song that sounded fast, youthful, and impossible to resist. But behind the catchy rock energy was a controversy that made critics and parents uneasy. The lyrics suggested intense attraction to a younger girl, and many listeners felt the subject went too far. At the time, rock music often played with rebellion and desire, but My Sharona pushed that tension into uncomfortable territory. Some people heard a harmless pop rock hit, while others heard something troubling beneath the surface. That debate became part of the song's legacy. Still, its rhythm, guitar hook, and restless energy made it one of the defining tracks of the late 70s. My Sharona remains memorable because it is both incredibly catchy and impossible to separate from its controversy. Number 2. Undercover Angel, Alan O'Day, 1977. Undercover Angel sounds playful at first, almost like a dreamy pop fantasy. Released in 1977, Alan O'Day's chart-topping hit used a bright melody and catchy chorus to tell a story that was far more suggestive than it first appeared. The song describes a fantasy woman appearing in the singer's bed, which caused discomfort among parents, teachers, and conservative listeners. Some critics considered it too explicit for mainstream radio, even though the music itself felt light and cheerful. That contrast made the song stand out. It wrapped adult themes inside a sweet pop package, making the controversy feel even sharper. Yet, listeners still embraced it, and the track became one of the memorable hits of the decade. Undercover Angel shows how 70s pop often tested boundaries quietly, using catchy hooks to sneak bold ideas into the mainstream. Number 1. The Pill, Loretta Lynn, 1975. Imagine a country song that openly celebrated birth control and women's independence. That was The Pill by Loretta Lynn. Released in 1975, the song shocked the conservative country music world because it spoke directly about a woman taking control of her own body and future. Many radio stations refused to play it, especially in the South, because they believed the subject was too provocative. But that backlash only proved how powerful the song was. Loretta Lynn turned a private issue into a public anthem, giving voice to women who were tired of being told what choices they could make. The song was playful, bold, and fearless, but beneath the humor was a serious message about freedom. The Pill became one of Lynn's most important songs because it reflected the changing mood of the 70s. It was not just country music, it was social change set to a melody. From challenging societal norms to outright rebellion, these forbidden songs from the 70s became more than just music. They became anthems of change. They defied censorship, sparked debates, and redefined what was acceptable on the airwaves. Which of these shocking tracks made the biggest impact? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more untold music stories.